as brothers, you guys get mad at each other, you go in the other room, se caen a puñazos.
Exactly. Otherwise, I'll be like, I need more money. If not, I'll tell my mom, and you'll be. Hi, everyone. I'm Diego Hallivis. I'm the director of American Carnage, and this is When Zay Zay Met. And today, Zay Zay met me.
¿Qué pasa, cómo está mi gente? I am Zay Zay, and welcome to When Zay Zay Met. Today, we're meeting with an intrepid young filmmaker who, together with his brother, is taking Hollywood by storm. He's a writer, he's a producer, he's a director, and today, he's our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love. This is Diego Hallivis, or Hallivis, if you know what we talk about. How you doing?
All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's one intro.
That's for you. That's all for you, brother.
Awesome.
¿Cómo sigue?
All good. Very happy to be here. Very happy to be talking to you and sharing this movie with the world.
I appreciate you being here. All right, let's take it back to the beginning, right? You were born in Mexico City.
Correct.
Until you were there until you were around 11, 12 or something like that. Tell me your memories of that time. What was it like for you growing up in Mexico City?
Oh, what it was like growing up in Mexico City?
Yeah.
Well, it's different than what it is now, but definitely, lots of friends. I'm happy to be there. The food, obviously, I love it. That's still very part of me. But obviously, I wanted to be a filmmaker from a very young age. Right. And always seeing Hollywood movies, I remember like Jurassic Park, all those movies, like they just kind of like opened my eyes to like, oh my God. And then this movie came out called Amores Perros in Mexico, which took Mexico by storm. And then immediately after that, Y Tu Mamá También came out. Mm-hmm. Those movies kind of made me aware of like, oh, filmmaking is like a profession. It's not just like a thing that happens in America. Like you can be Mexican and be a director. Claro. And that was the inception of me wanting to become a filmmaker. Okay. So then when at a young age I was able to come to the US, it just felt, even though it was Florida at the time, it felt one step closer to my dream. So it was like, yeah, all right, Hollywood, here I come.
But hey boy, you're starting the yellow brick road. That's amazing. At what point did you and your brother decide to make it a family affair?
From the beginning. So like, even when I was doing short films back in film school, like way before even like in high school, before I even understood what the role of a producer was, right? I would come up to him and be like, hey, I need help. I need to make this happen. I need to get this location. I need to get like food. I need to get all these kinds of things. And so he started helping me, and then that quickly became a creative relationship where now he started, putting input into the story, and then we started putting characters together, and then it just very naturally progressed into a creative partnership.
Nice. And that must be great to have family in the room every time you're creating. That must be an amazing feeling.
Well, what's great about that is that you could be brutally honest with each other. Unlike if you were, let's say, working with someone else, you could be like brutally honest. And then even if you get mad, like within 10 minutes, you're like, all right, let's just watch a movie and let's just keep back at it. Whereas like someone else, you can't be that brutally honest. But I feel like feedback and honest feedback is important in when you're creating, a story, a movie, a book, or a song, or whatever. So being able to have that partnership where like no matter what I say, I can say it however I want to say it, or the other way around. It builds trust that otherwise, sometimes people will tell you what you want to hear, and like that's not good for you. You want to hear what they want, like what they're thinking, not what you want to hear.
Right. No, of course. And even like as brothers, you guys get mad at each other, you go in the other room, se caen a puñazos, and then come out and be like, okay, exactly. We'll do it my way.
Exactly. Otherwise, I'll be like, I need more money. If not, I'll tell my mom, and you'll be cool.
Oh my gosh, does your mom actually, she must really support you guys in every endeavor, no?
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Every good Latina mom.
Oh yeah, she's our biggest fan. Absolutely, she's our biggest fan, and she's always been super supportive, which I appreciate. A lot of my friends in film school, their parents didn't like support the idea of being a filmmaker. So having parents that support you, I think it's very important, and it's crucial to your mental health if you're gonna get into like this world of Hollywood land,
Claro, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your directing. A director once told me that every good director should know how to do the job of everybody whom they direct, right? A good director should know how to act, should know how to edit, should know how to, do music, should know how to, every little job they should be able to do. Do you subscribe to that idea?
I agree with the sense that the more you know about the other profession, the more you're gonna be able to speak their language in terms of like technical abilities. And then that way it creates a kind of learning curve that way when you're asking something from them, you're gonna be able to speak what they speak. Because at the end of the day, you're surrounding yourself with people that are better than you at being a DP or being a composer or being an editor. So the more you know about what they can do, the more you can ask from them. So absolutely, it's like knowledge is power in that sense.
Eso, absolutely. Who do you gather or garner inspiration from for your work?
So there's definitely a lot of filmmakers that have inspired me throughout different phases of my life. Like I was mentioning, Guillermo del Toro, Alejandro González Iñarritu, Alfonso Cuaron. Those three Mexican filmmakers for me have always been like the peak of like tours and filmmakers. But the older I got, Steven Spielberg obviously being the greatest filmmaker alive. I've studied his library a lot of work. But Jordan Peele, I have to say, recently what he's been able to do and the movies that he can make, speaking about the African American experience, I was like, I want to do that for like the Latino community. Like this guy really, he's so impressive. Same thing with like, for example, like Ryan Coogler, what he's been able to do with Black Panther. I was like, we as Latinos, we need something like that. So like, those two filmmakers for me have been inspiring me to like step out of my comfort zone and try something different and just do something that's really like a big swing. Like go for something that's like very provocative. And at first, like my other films, I was like very leery about like the response to it. But then this one, knowing that it's a very touchy subject matter because of the politics and immigration, I knew right away that I was gonna get some like pushback from some people. But this movie, I kind of made it so that 10 years from now, when I look back, I can tell myself when all of this was happening during this time, what did I do with my life, and be able to be proud of like, I stood my ground, I made a movie about what I thought, and I did not hold anything back. And this is who I am, and I'm putting it to the world, and this is what it is, like.
Yeah, so something that we can all be proud of. Okay, so let's talk about it. American Carnage. So many things to be afraid of in this movie, man. With the comedy, and you try to keep it light in places, right? But there's so many things to be afraid of. Immigration nightmares, and of course there's horror and supernatural, and then even the title, right, seems to come from a scary place. Tell us a little bit about this movie.
Okay, so definitely, it was like I said, it was like a little bit of like my frustration of seeing what's happening. And then at the same time, my frustration, not just with politics, but my frustration with the industry itself of Hollywood, that as Latinos, we're kind of pigeonholed to certain types of roles, certain types of stories, certain types of, bubbles. And if you step outside of that, the industry feels like, there isn't room for you there. So what I wanted to do was something that was very provocative, using genre, using horror, using comedy, because we don't see that a lot coming from Latin filmmakers that are making a commentary in the US. It's usually like romantic comedies or something that's very light. And I kind of wanted to like push the buttons a little bit in the sense of like how far I could get away with being left of center. That was like the motto for the script was, how do we do something that's completely different, left of center, balls to the walls, completely not what you think, and like, even the way the storyline is structured is so that the first half of the film is one thing, and then halfway through, I pull the rug under you and I put you in a completely different space.
Right. I
wanted you to expect something and then completely blow those expectations away and put you in a different world.
And you absolutely did it. I consider you a trailblazer, especially in this industry right now. And we need more trailblazers. For those whose trail you are blazing now, as you look back to them, what is the message you're sending to future Latino filmmakers?
I think as Latino filmmakers, if we're able to come together and awaken the sleeping giant that the Latino community is, that right now we're very fragmented, but if we're able to somehow figure out a way how to connect the synergy between all of us, we're gonna be unstoppable. Because the second the industry realizes that there's so much money to be made, there's so many stories to be told, there, like the opportunities, I feel like there's gonna be a golden era for Latinos coming up. And I'm just trying to like piece it together so then that way I can benefit from that myself. But I think in the next 10 to 15 years, there's gonna be a golden era where we're gonna awaken this sleeping giant that we haven't seen yet. And when that happens, I'm telling you, there's not gonna be any turning back after that.
Eso, I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it, and definitely here to support you. I'm so happy to have met you today, man. Proud of your work, proud of your accomplishment, proud, and I can't wait to see you on top of that mountain, hermano.
Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thank you all so much for watching When Zay Zay Met. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified when we upload more conversations with celebrities and other interesting people. Now, if you'd like to see your favorite celebrity on the show, it's simple. Just tell us who that is by leaving us a comment down below. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Hasta la próxima. Lo quiero del corazón.